Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. I don't think many of you know I collect cartoon art. I've probably got, I don't know, 50 pieces, but I like those ones that are original that mean something to me. So in this case, for example, you may not be able to see it clearly, but let me show you. Here's Wile E. Coyote, and who's he chasing? He's chasing the Roadrunner, beep, beep. But you have signs along here that basically says a fanatic is someone who redoubles his effort when he has forgotten his aim. So what does that have to do with this week's Meaningful Monday? As the year comes to a close, it's the perfect time to pause and take stock of our journey, of your journey. Are you wiser now than you were a year ago? Have you used the lessons life has handed you to grow, or have distractions and setbacks held you back? There's a quote that resonates deeply with me. It says, "Don't let the things that matter most be at the mercy of those things that matter least." And in today's fast-paced world, with the billions of dollars being spent just to get your attention, it's all too easy to let minor distractions take over. And sometimes these distractions are insignificant, but they get in the way, and sometimes they lead us far from what truly matters. Consider the story of Eastern Airlines Flight 401. This happened on December 29th, 1972. The crew had become so focused on a single burned out light bulb, like a $10 part. I think it was not, I think it was more like a 10-cent part, but nonetheless, the Lockheed L-1011 crashed into the Florida Everglades, and because of that one light bulb, it resulted in 101 fatalities. Now, thank goodness all distractions don't result in disasters, but it just shows the point. More often they lead to just setbacks. And setbacks, while frustrating, can be powerful teachers if we let them. So imagine you're on a trip. It's this resort that you've always wanted to go to, and along the way, you get a flat tire. So what would you do? Would you turn back and start the trip over from the beginning? Of course not. You'd fix the tire where you are and you'd keep moving forward. Yet in life, so many times when someone experiences setbacks, when we experience setbacks, we often feel like, okay, I need to start over again. And we feel like all that progress has just been erased. But that's not true. Setbacks don't mean starting over. They mean adjusting where we are and continuing on, and usually with greater wisdom and strength. So think about these two scenarios. Flight 401, the flat tire. Two essential truths. 401, stay focused on what matters most. Don't let the billions of dollars, don't let social media, don't let other things, those minor distractions take your attention away from life's most profound priorities: your faith, your family, your health, your purpose. And number two, the flat tire. Setbacks don't erase progress. Setbacks don't erase progress. They're opportunities to pause, reflect, and grow stronger. Fix the flat, learn the lesson, and move forward. So as we approach the season of reflection and renewal, let's ask ourselves two important questions. What am I focused on? Am I focused on those things that matter most? Or am I being distracted by things that are constantly coming at me, the things that matter less? And then number two, how can I turn my setbacks into stepping stones for growth? So this week, let's go big. Let's begin in gratitude for the lessons learned this last year and the opportunities that lie ahead of us. Let's commit to focusing on what truly matters, and let's embrace the resilience in the face of life's challenges. So here's our challenge. Take a few moments, find some time between now and the end of the year or this week, let's do it this week, to identify one distraction or setback you've experienced this year. Ask yourself, what lesson did it teach you, and how can you use that wisdom to move forward with greater clarity and purpose? You remember, life is about progression. It is not about perfection. Fix the flat where you are, refocus on what matters most, and keep moving forward. A fanatic is someone who redoubles his effort when he has forgotten his aim. Have a meaningful week. Make life meaningful. I look forward to talking to you next week. Thank you.